Hey guys, it's Empress Aubrey. So you guys might think you have some of the most embarrassing but funny families in the world. Well, I actually have a list of some of our most embarrassing yet funny moments, so I thought I would share them with you so you can laugh too. The first one is my dad buttering a paper towel. So one night, my dad sleepwalks and sleep eats. So one night, he comes into the kitchen and he takes a paper towel and he starts buttering it. Now, let me remind you, he's half asleep. And he starts buttering the paper towel. So I'm like sitting there, I'm like, what are you doing? And he was like really like attitude, like he like had like some attitude. So he goes to me, he's like, what does it look like under me? I'm like, it looks like you're buttering a paper towel. And then like 5 minutes later, he wakes up and he's like, where's the toast? I'm like, what toast? He's like, the toast I put in the toaster. I'm like, you didn't put any toast in the toaster, so yeah. Number 2, miracle worker. Oh, this actually one is actually really random. One day I was mad at my mother and she was talking on the phone and she says to me, oh Aubrey, guess what? The lady who I was talking to on the phone, her name was Miracle, and I said really dry because I was mad at her. I was like, it was really dry humor. I'm like, was her last name Worker? I said like really mean and my mom started laughing. So yeah. Church lady. Oh my god. So when I was little, my mom and I used to go to church on Saturday nights, and one weekend my cousin was staying over and we all went to church, and there's this lady in front of us who sang like opera, and me and my cousin could not stop laughing. My mom's giving us like the death stare, like don't laugh, when my mom herself, she was trying not to laugh. Number 4, Xmas tree talk. Okay, so I have to be really quiet because it's actually about my brother, and he's downstairs and he might come upstairs. So one day my mom and I were decorating the tree and we were putting the beads on, and we had these silhouette arms. We had like a little cat baby and Scooby Doo, and all of a sudden we hear meow, like really like quiet. And but it was my brother playing with the ornaments. It was so funny, guys. Lens classes. One winter day, I went to go get a dress for a winter concert that I was performing in. And I picked out the wrong size, so we had to go back to the mall. Me and my mom had to go back to the mall late at night, and she had to drive with glasses on in the dark. And we had like 2 pairs of glasses on top of the microwave, and I grabbed the lensless ones. So my mom couldn't figure out why she couldn't see all the way to the mall. Couldn't figure out there were no lenses in the glasses. So yeah. Wallet on car. This is more of a miracle than a funny moment. My mom went to go pick me up from singing once, but she went to Michael's before that. And so we went to McDonald's to go get my dinner after singing. We could not find her wallet. We looked everywhere. So we had to go back to Michael's and look in all the cars. Couldn't find out. My mom says, check if I left it in the back. It was on the tailgate of the car the whole time. From Michael's to Mo for Music to McDonald's, all the way back to Michael's. This one is Mommy, oops, no late. Okay, so when I was little, we used to go to the dry cleaners all the time. And one night when my mom and I were dropping off a coat, I saw this lady walking this way, but my mom went around the other way to the car. I started chasing this lady, calling, Mommy, wait for me. And it wasn't my mommy. It wasn't my mom. It was a lady. Bumblebee scare. Okay, so my dad was in his car once talking to me on the phone. All of a sudden I hear, Jesus Christ, oh my God. I'm like, Dad, what's the matter? A bee flew near his ear and he thought it was in his ear and he was all freaked out, and it was kind of funny because my dad's not scared of anything. He's scared of bumblebees. This one is called Rockin' Out. Okay, so once I was driving to my Nana's house, and I was in the car, and there's 2 lanes. There was this lane and another lane, and my mom and I were in this lane, and there was this guy in the next lane. All I see is him go in his car, and I look over to my mom like, oh my God. My look was like, that's like the look I gave my mom. I was like, oh my God, it was so fun. Daddy soaked. Okay, so when I was little, we owned a boat. And my dad took us swimming at this little private little alcove area. But when he was pushing the boat in the water, he slipped and fell. And it wasn't like deep or anything, but it was so funny because he got completely soaked. Daddy's clamming video. Okay, so when my cousin and I were about 10, we took, that's when video cell phones just came out. And we made like a 10-minute video of my dad just being a total goober. It was so random, but it was so funny. And we kept like joking we're gonna upload on YouTube, even though we had no idea how to do that. Underwear Flash, nurses. Okay, so I live right behind the hospital. And we used to own a cat, and we used to keep the window open for the cat in the summer so she could go in and out as she pleased. So one night when I was a baby, a raccoon actually came in through the window and was like started eating the cat food. My dad had to get it out of the house, and he goes out on the roof, because we have like a flat roof. He goes out in his underwear, and all the nurses are just getting out of work when he had to do that. Teacher mix-up. Okay, so my graduation day, my advisory teacher, we were just like his kids because he didn't have kids yet. He wanted to take a picture with me before, my graduation day. So I'm getting out of the car, and this teacher was Mr. Wyndham. My father strides around the truck and says, "Mr. Dupuy, I presume?" And my mom's like, "No, Mr. Wyndham." And my mom was so embarrassed. And my mom's like, you were so lucky you did not get out of the car yet. So yeah. Drive without Scott. Okay, so my brother used to host little wrestling get-togethers at our house, and my mom went to go pick up his friend. So my brother's friend is a little hard of hearing, so my mom's like talking up a storm, right? And she goes, "Mark, why isn't he answering me?" And Mark looks over and goes, "He's not even in the car." And she realized that Scott didn't get in the car fast enough because we had an expedition, and if you didn't get in fast enough, the door would close on you and it would sound like somebody was in the car. So yeah. Is it open? Nope. Okay, so we were at my aunt's house once and they had a screen door and a glass door. My mom thought it was open one day, but it wasn't. She walked right into the glass door. Hat reading. Okay, so this is actually, I have a picture on my corkboard where I'm on the stairs with a hat on and I'm reading a little golden book, but it's upside down because I didn't know how to read yet. So it's more just like a picture. Go back on my corkboard video and you'll see what picture I'm talking about. Makeover dad. Okay, so when we were over at my aunt's house once, my dad fell asleep and my mom took lipstick and drew all over his face. It was so funny. Jet beanbag. My mom and I were playing Jeopardy once and we played it for like an hour and then we started watching it, but my mom still had the Wii remote in her hand. She kept pressing A. She's like, "Aubrey, why isn't this working?" I'm like, Mom, we stopped playing the game. We're not watching Jeopardy. Where's the remote? Okay, so one day I went to go get the mail. And my mom's like, wait, before you leave, where's the remote? I'm like, Mom, it's right in your hand, and it was right in her hand. Couch crash. Okay, so after my Nana died, my family and I, we had a sleepover at our house, and my mom and I were sleeping on the couch, but my cousin really needs to talk to my mom, and we have this like really late night talk. All of a sudden, my side of the couch goes boom to the ground, while my mom's side of the couch stays way up here. It was so fun. Shoe bomb. Okay, we had a party for my aunt once, and my dad has super solid feet. He takes his shoes off. We immediately notice the smell. We throw his shoes outside. Trash talk. My mom was going to Dunkin' Donuts once, and she was out the trash. And I was like, "Mom." She's like, "Aubrey, shush." I'm like, "But Mom." She's like, "Aubrey, shut up." I'm like, "But Mom." She's like, "What?" I'm like, if you don't pull up, you're gonna talk into the trash. Park and crate. So once when my mom was singing to me, she was saying, "Hush, little baby, don't say a word." And it's supposed to be, "Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Mommy's gonna buy you a horse and crate." But my mom got confused and said park and crate. Dick Van Dyke. Okay, so when I was little, I was really stupid. And when I learned what dyke meant, I said, Dick Van Dyke's a lesbian. And it's no disrespect to Dick Van Dyke or lesbians. I was just very stupid when I was little. Soft ring. Once the phone was ringing on the TV and my mom thought it was her phone and she kept like answering it. I'm like, "Mom, what are you doing?" She's like, "The phone rang." I'm like, "That was a television." Dog emotions. So my old dog, she was very cute. So one day I kind of looked, I went, "Rosie, Rosie," and she mimicked the way my head went. It was so cute. Last but not least, Who Shot JR? So if you guys are fans of Dallas, you know that famous thing, Who Shot JR? So one day, my mom and dad were watching Jeopardy, and the answer was, "Who shot JR?" So my mom's like, "Who shot JR?" My dad said, "How the hell am I supposed to know?" So those are just funny memories. If you guys have any funny memories like this, tell me below in the comments, alright? Peace out. Bye.